Anyone can be underrated. As
You are now tuning into the latest episode of the Underrated as Fuck podcast.
Hosted by the one and only Bliss.
And you already know, Mighty Zay.
What is up, everybody? We are back again for another week of the Underrated as Boop podcast.
This never
You know
gets
what
old.
it is. Doing another game talk. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple things to talk about this week. We got fight update. You know, as maybe you could tell, we're wearing some of the fight merch.
A couple of the gear, you know what I'm saying?
So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna jump into this little Kendrick Drake beef again. A couple updates. We're not gonna go over like a New Music Friday because I don't feel like there was any like super significant drops that happened. So, yeah, if there's ever like a big drop, we'll talk about it. If not, you know what I'm saying?
New Fight Friday.
We only got so much time. So, let's jump into it. Give me the update on your fight yesterday. How'd it go?
Oh, man. So, all right. It was super cool because it's still super fresh to me. So it's like everything's like when I think about one thing, everything kind of just rushes back in. You know, what I
And
mean?
you haven't officially seen it yet, right?
Right.
The whole
Yeah.
fight.
Oh my God. Dude.
We got it on the phone right now, but I actually told him to wait until after the pod to watch it. So
He
you're
knows,
getting,
like, you know, I love.
you're
watching
getting
it.
like the raw emotion of it still. This is like the first person perspective right here. He's gonna get kind of the audience perspective later.
First person shooter mode. No, it's fun.
He's one of the big three. You know what I'm saying?
For
So
the big three.
I
should
feel
be
like
me.
I don't know. I feel like you were in good spirits yesterday. Like I feel like everything went well for you. You know,
Honestly,
even though your fighter kind of overshot his weight a little bit,
yeah.
I feel like you still came in pretty strong with it.
For me, I felt like mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically all connected. Like I feel like all my chakra points ended up just being just right, and I was the avatar. Like
The chakra.
a chakra.
So you know how you were telling me like you kind of feel like you needed to find either your purpose or yourself or sort of realign yourself. You know what I mean? Do you feel like that was done yesterday, or is this still a process, an ongoing process?
Oh no, this is still a process. Yeah, this is always still gonna be a process of figuring out what more I need to do to become better. It doesn't matter. I'm never gonna be a 10. It's always gonna be an 8 or a 9.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's always going to be something I could have tweaked, something I could have just made a little bit sharper or better, or somewhere I can improve in. You know what I mean?
But in your lane of like knowing what you want to do, are you like pretty straight on that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, for the most part. I was still really looking back at the fight, like, from memory. And there was a couple things that, like, I was like, dang, I wish I would have done this and this and this. But I'm glad that I got a couple of the other things that I had on my checklist.
Right. That's kind of funny, huh? How like you could plan to do a bunch of things, but when it comes down to it, when it comes to being in that moment, it's like,
What you gonna think about? Like,
what is actually gonna happen? Like, how are you gonna react to him throwing this punch? How are you
Right,
gonna
right.
react to him fading you and then giving you like a kick or
Right.
something? Like,
nobody knows, like, until the moment is present.
right. And I mean, you kind of ended the fight in like glorious fashion, right?
I mean, it was kind of cool.
It was it a knock? I mean, it looked like a knockout at first, but
It's a
they
TKO.
marked it as a TKO. Is that because he got back up?
Yeah, so if he was on the ground sleeping,
That would have been a KO.
Yeah, that would have been a KO.
Okay, so
he got a technical knockout. That's what
you
a
still
TKO
knocked
is.
him down in glorious fashion, but it just counted as a TKO because it was a total knockout.
So that was the first.
Technical.
That was the
Technical.
first victory for Team USA, and I feel like that just fired everybody up.
I think it was. Well, it was the first victory, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first two, unfortunately, they didn't get the dub. But yeah, so everything, all the people there that were going for USA, you kind of had the responsibility a little bit to kind of get that done for them.
Yo, that was wild. Walking out with the flag holding up and then everybody just being lit, hearing the song, like.
Well, when you represent USA like that, you know what I'm saying? People, it's like, you know when they do like the national anthem or they sing the Star Spangled Banner? You know how it gets so like emotional sometimes?
Yeah, I feel that.
We just have a cool like song.
No, I like, whenever we were singing ours, I was like.
Compared to like other countries, well, we were doing the national anthem.
Yeah.
Which is still good, but the Star Spangled Banner, when they do that, you know what I mean? And of the
that's a 10 out of 10. Yeah.
It's just like it just hits those like emotional chords of like, wow, we really are like badass.
We're badass.
I don't know, it's pretty cool. No shade on other countries. It's just cool to have a cool song.
Yeah, no, we like y'all, but you know what I'm saying? Sorry for it.
So, well, my point was though, when you walk out with the American flag, it's like, you know what I mean? Like you're representing a way bigger thing than just yourself at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I don't really think about it that much in that moment because, like, there's only a couple things where I'm thinking about or focused on. So, from that perspective, I can, like, well, yeah.
I mean, you got a big, like cheer when you were coming out.
That was crazy. Like, no, like, that was
and a lot
crazy.
of that, I mean, you know a lot of people in the fighting, like, community, right? But also being a part of that bigger thing of the USA, Team USA, you just get the cheers for that too. It's like, oh, that's our guy right there.
USA. Like, yo, it's crazy watching how people get whenever they put faith in you. And it's cool to be a conductor for their energy and just light everything up.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, when the guy fell to the ground, it was just like ignited in the room. You know what I mean? It was just like, oh,
everybody just, like,
and nobody knew if it was gonna end right there or not.
Right.
You know what I mean? But either way, that moment of him going down is like, he knocked him down. Like, what the?
The biggest part I remember is whenever he took those 2 steps back and I was looking at him and his hands were low and I was like, okay. I remember snaking that in. Bow. And the biggest thing I remember hearing in that whole match that I could like freshly remember is that sound when he hit the mat. No, that was like loud. It was loud.
Because you could hear the wooden planks underneath the mat or whatever it is.
Just smacking on like the rubber.
That thing just. But yeah, and that I knew in that moment like what happened because the way you walked off.
I didn't because it was funny like
I was like.
Whenever I get a knockdown or something like that, I don't know if they're like I have to make sure like, oh, are they jumping right back up or so in that moment I was making sure like he was down. So I remember looking down at him and just being like
well, I'm glad you did that because in the past, this is just my feedback, like you'd be like, oh, you good? I don't know, it'd be like a little nice guy coming out, you know, a little bit. It's like, oh, you good? You know what I mean? So to see you kind of make sure he's down before he gets back up and we're scrapping again, it was just cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you were there for this business and you made sure the business was done, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
So from your perspective, how was the entirety of the event?
I thought it was really cool. I felt, you know how
What's Bliss's perspective on the fight? Let's hear it.
Well, you know how I tell you sometimes it's like I can kind of feel or I can kind of like see how you're going into this fight.
Right.
So like this fight, I was confident physically, mentally that you were gonna get the job done. I just felt like you were there.
Mm.
Like, you know, those chakras were aligned.
They were chakras.
It was like a clear sight to the other side of that like valley. You know what I mean? Like you could just see clearly where the end result was.
I feel that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like obviously you can't predict how the fight's gonna go.
Right. That's why I don't be sports betting on like UFC fights and like MMA. I don't do that.
But with having my like confidence in you, it was like, okay, I don't know how it's gonna go, but I'm pretty confident he's gonna get the job done. So you know what I mean? First round, second round, third round, whatever it went to, you know.
So after the fight, what were your emotions?
No, I was just like, good. Like, that's what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like...
Yeah. About time.
Because in your last fight, when you went down from that good gut shot that Jamie, is
Yeah.
that his name? That Jamie gave you? It was good, but it was like, come on, we came here for a different result.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm talking about me and you. I'm not talking about audience.
No, right, right.
You know, we underrated. We came here to get a different outcome.
I feel that.
And you just let things affect how that fight went, and then we didn't get the outcome that we wanted. You know what I mean? But going into this one, I feel like, I don't know, I can't sit here and be like, yo, dude, Jose, you did. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean, in a way?
Yeah, I don't feel like I can sit there and just too much
Like, gloat
relish
about it.
yeah, I can't just sit there and just be like, like, not for me.
Yeah, I'm hard.
Yeah, like, no, that's not me. But it's just, at the end of the day, it's like,
To me,
as soon as I get done with the fight, I just look forward to the next fight. And my next fight is in 2 weeks from now, and it's going to be...
To me, I really just feel like you clocked in, you clocked out. You got the job, you got the work.
In a way, yeah,
for that
that's
day.
what it felt like.
And then it's just on to the next. Or if you decided not to, that's cool
Right,
too, whatever. You know what I mean? But whatever happened yesterday at your fight, I'm just like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hard. I just know, dude, like, walking out for the first time after the beat drop, and then I just raised the flag.
I like that you waited and you went when the song told you to.
Yeah.
Instead of just walking out because
They were telling me, they're like, yo, come on, let's go. And I was like, nah, hold on. Like, I need to feel this.
oh yeah, if you need
And
to.
then they're like, oh, take your time. I was like, all right, guys. And then,
the bass line on that song goes hard. So as soon as it, as soon as the beat dropped, there was a pretty decent sound system to where you could hear the, you know what I mean? And, so
it's
you
dope.
just having the
It's dope.
flag up, you know what I'm saying, and then that bass line going through people's bodies,
Their
you know what I mean? It's
adrenaline
just cool. It was just a
rushing.
cool moment. Like,
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I don't know how it looks, but I feel like Coach, your corner man, and then me, like walking with you, kind of, it just looks like a more serious, more official, like me and the other corner man had, you know, the AZ Dragon shirt on.
Right,
You know, we're
yeah.
matching black on black.
Yeah.
And then you and Coach had this one, right? Or no, the other one, the USA one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just everything was coordinated. We looked good. You know what I'm saying?
Outfitted.
So, yeah, it's like it's a different kind of.
We were just outfitted.
It's a different kind of like. You know when you look at something and you're like, oh, okay, that was pretty professional. Or oh, okay, this is just a regular fight, no big deal.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. You could tell like it was just taken serious.
really well put together.
Taken
Yeah.
serious. You know what I mean? And I
I
think
feel
that
like
was cool.
I feel like for every fight, for the most part, it doesn't matter if I'm fighting someone big, someone little, it doesn't matter. Like, we always try to take the fight like that. As the most part, is like, yo, we just got to go there, show who we are, leave. Like, end of the day.
And I don't really think about it much, to be honest. But I would be curious how like the kind of feedback that other people that don't know us would kind of give. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I thought this and this and that. Like, yo, yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? Just whatever feedback.
Just hearing.
Because we don't really
No.
see that perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we're just doing our thing. But I mean, we could talk about it, but we're not really getting that.
We're not hearing it unless they say it.
We just can't see ourselves like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're doing the work, so it's like an inspector could give you that opinion.
Oh, I get
you know
what
what I'm
you
saying,
mean,
or like one of the judges out there on the side of the ring, like they could probably give you a better like, oh yeah, no, compared to all these, y'all look really put together. You know, whatever. You know what I mean? But I think we look pretty good out there. I mean, I can't see how I look, but just from seeing like how you guys look, it's pretty good. And you know, Coach, he's like.
Coach
You know what
is
I'm saying?
ready,
Like-
dude. Coach is the most ready person.
He's like the dude, and like in the control room, like giving orders. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he's just.
making sure everybody on top.
And then, I don't know if he does during the fights, but I've never really seen him give off any emotion other than yelling, like feedback at
There's
you
only
while
one-
you're fighting.
there was
you know?
only one real time where I seen him pissed. Like, He was cussing at me.
Wait, was that the time where you won, but he was telling you to keep going, go, or was that a different time?
No, that was a different time. That was when I went to
Prescott.
Parker.
No, Parker was the guy's name. It was Prescott, where you won the title.
Was that in Prescott?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
A lot of P's.
That was Waco too. Come to think about it.
Waco. That's where you became. It's cool because they announced you and they're like, "Yo, we got a veteran fighter here at Waco." Like, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Like they respect that he has a title with them, and
right.
You know what I mean? So like,
yeah, when I heard that, I was like, it was just cool. Like, not so I know what you mean. Like, it's just cool to get that validation with like little things.
Yeah, but no, that first title that you won, like you're like one of those guys at Waco. I would assume. You know what I mean? If you were ever ready for a fight and coach was able to line it up, I'm sure it would happen every time. Yeah.
I'm down. Like for any time, I'm down to fight 2 weeks out. I'm down to fight 1 week out, as long as I just am able to make the weight. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
And
I'm
not
ready
get
to fight
knocked out and go on concussion protocol.
You gotta catch me.
Gotta catch him. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I think. So what is your concluding thoughts? Like, what did you get out of this fight? You know what I mean? Like, what are just some things that resonate with you now after the fight?
Just a couple of things in my game plan that I know that I can establish a little bit better moving forward. I know what I need to train a little bit harder in, and I know what I need to work out a little bit better in.
That's cool. And question, was dude going like 100% on you? Or what do you think?
Well,
because it was an exhibition, right? So
yeah, it turned into an exhibition.
You know what I mean? You don't really like are trying to knock the dude out, but I mean, if it happens, it happens. But was dude going like 100, or was he chilling at around like an 8? You know what I'm saying?
So like at first, I try to just give off like a good like little 40 to like 60%, just chill, like just kind of like you're gonna feel it, but you ain't gonna like feel it. And then I remember him like swinging for the first time.
Was he out to get your ass?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, like you put some bass in that punch. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, let's see. Like, you know,
he threw a little 85 at you.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, okay. So like, I turned it up on him, and I hit him a couple of times. And then I remember he didn't like that, like in the moment. And I was like, like, you know what I mean? And I remember him hitting me, like in the gut again. And I was like, ooh, that wasn't bad. And then I remember him like looking up at me, and he was like, come on, let's go.
I'm dead. You're like, okay, let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Right?
And I laughed. I was like, hell yeah, dude. Like, and then so like we just get up in the middle, pop, 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 pop. And then I remember his hands drop, and then that's when I snuck. Like
tag.
Yeah. Like there was a couple things I need to improve on though, for sure. I took unnecessary damage. I feel like
you like doing that though. That's like your shtick a little bit.
I hate that, but I love it. My coach does not.
I feel like you use it a little bit to your advantage, to where they think they're really getting you. You know what I mean? And then you just pop out.
I just like, all right. Like, you
so I know I could tell why you would want to instinctually kind of throw it in there a little bit. You know, it's like, oh, okay, get me a little bit. Use some energy, like, you know, kind of like, okay, pop off.
I'm gonna be relaxing. You use all your energy, and then as soon as you're done, I'm going to be coming at you.
Right. There is that rare case where it might backfire and you might get a 95 to the temple.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like,
it's like, whoa,
you know what I mean? But,
that buzzed me.
But I mean, that's just something you could add to your game plan next time.
Exactly.
Or
so just moving forward, it's all experience. You know what I mean? Like, this is all just experience. It's just learning and moving and feeling yourself, finding yourself. It's just really cool to like speak your own language and start to really
your fight language.
Yeah.
Did you know with that last like 3 seconds of the fight, did you know that you were coming in for a knockout? Or
no, I wasn't gonna do that.
No?
Because the exhibition.
I know, but you did get him. You got him.
Yeah. Because he was getting me.
But I don't want to like give any like hints away, but like what were you, that last punch, what did you hit him with? Like, was it like a 70, 80? You know?
So it's really funny.
Because it kind of looked like you just tapped him a little bit, to be honest.
It's funny.
It kind of did look like a tap.
I still kept it kind of hard, but it was enough to check you, but I still pulled back a tad bit. So like, yeah, I got there. I just used speed as the damage rather than the actual...
Okay. Rather than the actual impact itself?
Right.
Oh, okay,
right.
I get you.
So for me, it was like, let me just get there as fast as possible. Like, wow.
He was a cool dude. After the fight where you were doing the podcast interview, he came up to me. He's like, hey, did you get it on video? He's like, let me see it real quick.
Oh,
and I was like, well, what do you want to see? And then he was like, just show me like that knockdown. Because he's like, I don't remember anything.
Oh, no.
And I showed it to him. And he's like, man, he hits hard. And I was like, yeah.
That's a cool dude.
Hey, I was sparring with him in the garage the other day, too.
He
He hit kind of hard. He hit some. But it was cool. I made sure to get
That's cool.
like
Cool.
the way he spells his name right.
Right,
and
right.
his record or whatever. That way, when I make the video, we can get all that information. And like, I got his Instagram, too. That way I can tag him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was cool about it.
Yeah, he was a
seemed
really
pretty
cool
about
dude. I'm really glad that we still got to get the fight going. You know what I mean? I really like fighting with just cool people in general. Like, it doesn't matter how the fight's going to turn out. The type of bond and respect that you have for that person that you just fought is like on a whole other level than what you could just meet somebody on the street. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's just, there's a camaraderie there that we just went through the fire. We experienced who we are. And we just did what we were supposed to do. Like, that's just it. You know what I mean?
I like that too. I like when you could be cool, but you could still get in the ring and get the business done.
Right.
You know what I mean? I like that a lot. Yeah, it was cool. It was definitely cool to see.
Yeah.
It looked like he wanted to be there, you wanted to be there.
Right.
It was cool. It didn't look like there
I
was
feel
any
like-
ill intent.
No,
you know what I mean?
yeah. I feel like the whole event as a whole was just, it was just fun. It was fun to be a part of.
There were a bunch of good like
yeah,
matches
little
too.
scuffles. I was like, oh man.
Yo, dude, I didn't know Priscilla's opponent was like 22-2 or
Yeah.
something. When they said that, I was like, I don't know. Whenever you say someone's experience, it's kind of like, oh, okay, they've been here multiple times. Like they've been in this ring.
Multiple.
They got experience. They've been hit. They've been knocked out. They've been, you know what I'm saying? Like they've been through this. And
She did her thing though.
I think she really did her thing. I think the one thing that
2
kinda
fights
threw-
compared to 20 fights. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the one thing that threw her off a little bit was that connection that the Mexico girl got her right in the face.
Oh,
I don't know if
did
you've
see
seen
it.
that.
Nah, she curved. Boom.
I think
straight
it
out
might
the
have.
pipe.
I don't know for sure, but I think it might have got her.
Yeah.
To the point where she was a little bit dazed because what I noticed, everything following that, it seemed like she was on the defense a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, if she didn't get her with that lucky ass right hand or whatever it was, I know she would have been there to put in the work. And
She's
stuff.
a dog. Like in training.
I know she's a
No,
dog.
I'm telling you.
Imagine hitting a little pit bull in the nose. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
he's gonna
saying?
get you. He's gonna get you. She
Yeah.
hit hard too. Like legitimately, she has power. So it's
When
like
you
cool.
spar with her, you know what I'm saying, and you hit hard, you know what I'm saying? I'm dead. We always give you the credit for like, everything.
No.
But yeah, no, it was still a good fight. I just know I was able to see like what happened and the consequences of that. You know what I mean? And she'll be back.
Yo, what did you think about Frankie's fight?
Yo, Frankie's a little dog.
Dude, he's a dog. Dude.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have any doubts in him going into that
Yeah.
fight. I don't know his opponent seemed like he was a little afraid. Like, you know, when you could,
They're timid.
I don't know, it's like their arms are kind of really tucked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or no? Like, I don't know, they're not relaxed. They're not here. Like, you know what I mean?
Is
They're-
that them being scared, or is that them knowing how to prepare for the fight? Like, what if they think that's the best way to prepare?
I don't know,
You know what I
maybe
mean?
that was his
Way of
fighting. Yeah, I'm just giving you my perspective. You know what I mean? Like, in my
He did
perspective,
such a good job.
I think Frankie was one mentally first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he just had to put
Yeah.
the work in and actually win it physically. But you know what I'm saying?
You know the biggest concept I got from fighting?
What's that?
People love to just see how hard you can work. That's what it is. People would say
There
people
was
will
a-
pay to watch you work.
There was a fight that these guys, they went all 3 rounds. It came to a decision. And they were tired. Clearly, they were tired. Dude, they were going off on each other. Like, you remember Holloway and Gaethje?
Yeah.
Right? Like the BMF fight? Yo,
Oh, we're talking about those tall dudes.
Nah, it was the second junior fight.
Mm.
The second junior fight. I think. It was fight number 2. But, dude, you could tell they were tired, but they were like, nah, we're here to do something.
To get
you know what I'm
this
saying? So
going,
they were
yeah.
just, and they were getting each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they said, F the defense. We're just
Swing
both
it.
going on the offense. One of us is going to win this. It turned out to be...
A draw? Or
No,
Was it decision?
one of them won by decision,
Yeah.
but you could tell in that last round that they were like all or nothing.
threw it,
Just
yeah,
go
they
at
threw it all.
and they were willing to get knocked out because there was not like rarely anything like this. Connect, boom, connect, boom.
It's so
Like,
cool to be a part of a moment like that because people don't forget those moments. So whenever you're able to get a moment like that as a fighter, as a performer, it's like, whoa. Like, whoa.
It's like dangerous being in that moment, but
When skill meets opportunity, what do you call that?
luck. Is that what it is?
Luck.
I'm dead. You always reorganize that phrase in a different way to where it's like, what's
Gotta
the
keep you on your
answer to that
toes.
question? But yeah, that was a cool fight. There were a bunch of other cool fights. I would say probably
Yo,
One of the
David's
best-
fight was fun to watch.
is that the one where the guy was pacing back and forth? It
Yeah, I think
was
so.
when you were having your interview. You didn't see that one, huh? Dude, this little guy kept getting kicked, and I was like,
Really?
oh. Like he went for a duck like this, and he got kicked in the head and knocked back into the ropes. But he was good. Like he got
Right,
back up
right.
quick. But I was like, everybody was like, oh, like, and he got kicked again, and it was just, oh my gosh. Coach will probably tell you about that because while you were in your interview, we were right there standing.
Just watching?
We were like, what? I think that might have been fight of the night. To be honest with you,
Feel that.
I would probably give you like knockout of the night, whatever, right? But fight of the
I
night,
mean, I guess.
I mean, that's my opinion. But fight of the night would probably go to that fight. I didn't even stay to the last one, though, to be honest. So I might have missed one.
Those other 2 fights that you missed were
They good?
they were nice. Like, they were nice.
Yeah, some,
It's just hard talking about a fight if you weren't there to experience it.
Yeah, I know what you mean, I
Like,
know
so
what
it's
you
just like, do I want to get into that? So it's like, no,
no, it's okay.
they did a great job.
Yo, that Canelo fight was cool.
That's what I was about to ask you. So
I
I know he won, but at the end of the day, I didn't get to watch the fight because I was fighting. So
I seen the first 8 rounds on the way to my brother's house, and then I seen the last couple when we were there. It was a good fight. Canelo won. He's technical. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't get hit. He hits the guy. You know what I'm saying?
so there was nothing too outside of the
I
ordinary.
don't think there was anything like super extraordinary about it.
So do you really enjoy watching Canelo fight?
I think it's cool.
For the most
I think
part?
it's just seeing like somebody that's mastered his craft.
I feel that.
Kind of,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just like a performance,
Yeah.
you know? So look at this guy, whatever his record is, 60-5, or I don't know what the hell he is. Just do his work. You know what I mean? Like when he throws a gut shot, clean, impact, clean. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just,
Who's gonna be his next opponent? Because everybody keeps talking about he's running from Benavidez.
so I seen something this morning. He's a Mexican dude, right?
Yeah.
So what Canelo said about that was he doesn't like, he always said he doesn't like fighting Mexicans. But if you've worked your way up and you deserve a fight with him as a Hispanic guy or a Mexican dude, he'll get that fight. That's why he fought the dude yesterday. That guy was a Mexican dude.
Was it a good fight though?
I thought it was a good fight.
Like how was his opponent doing?
I think Canelo won most of the rounds.
Do you think Canelo's only picking fights where you know he's gonna end up with that result? That's the only thing I don't like
Possibly.
about boxing.
Possibly.
It's just simply for the fact
It could be just a show. You know what I mean? We don't know.
it's like you do know but you don't know at the end of the day. But for me, boxing is like it's cool, but it's not like it just can be tempered with so much, you know. So you're not getting the full rawness of the actual fight.
Right. I mean, it looked cool
Yeah,
watching it. But
like
yeah,
boxing's
that's
cool.
something I'll let you give.
Boxing's cool though.
Other than that, I don't think I watch a lot of boxing unless it's somebody that's super well known. I don't think I'm watching any boxing.
Did you watch that? You watched that Francis Ngannou fight, right?
Nah.
No?
No.
Huh.
It was probably a work night or something.
What was the last like boxing match you watched?
Canelo
I guess,
versus
yeah, I feel
Triple
like-
H or something.
Oh, yeah.
Is that who it was? Triple H?
That's a WWE star.
Who's the guy?
Triple G?
Triple G. I'm dead. The other alphabetical letter.
I'm dead. In Ghost.
Yeah, I think that was the last. I don't really watch boxing unless it's Mike Tyson, Canelo, or Sanchez.
I'm weak. Trying to get a little bit of all
Mighty
those.
say yelled something.
If I can just get a little mix of both of those, you know what I'm saying?
So yeah, today be editing the fight video, editing pod. Most of that should be out, if not by tonight, tomorrow. Well, pod is gonna be tomorrow.
Right.
We're doing this on a Sunday today. Sunday morning's cool. Yesterday kind of sucked. I'm a little like under the weather a little bit.
Oh yeah, you did randomly get sick. What
I
was
don't
that
know.
about?
It's just I don't know. I have no clue. My son Noah got like a bunch of shots.
Yeah.
I'm not connecting it,
Right.
but like as soon as he went and got those shots and stuff, I started feeling weird. So I don't know if.
Well, you know,
that
you
has
look, you
anything to
gotta
do with
get the stuff.
But they
Like the
say that
virus.
with the shot though is like the inactive or the dead cells of whatever
Right,
it is, the
right.
flu. So I don't think it just ignited a response in me. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, a little bit under the weather, but we still getting work done.
How you feeling though?
I just got a headache, but it's not like a regular headache where I
It's just
can't
pounding,
think.
yeah.
It
It's
just
just kinda
feels
prevalent.
kind of like a hangover headache in a weird way. In a weird way. I only had like one Dos Equis yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying?
Yo, Monty made me drink.
Ew! What did you drink?
Well, you know, I don't really like beer or alcohol or anything like that, but I love like cider. So like, there's a prickly pear.
Like a cider. Is that like a local, like kind of like, you know what I mean or no?
No. A cider is like apple cider. Like,
Oh, okay. Sparkling?
yeah,
Sparkling or-
like in a way, but
Oh,
like,
okay.
so the beer that I got was just prickly pear.
Oh, okay.
I like red apple ales, prickly pear. Like,
Oh,
you know,
apple
stuff like
ale
that.
sounds cool.
Angry Orchard, like.
Hey, we were gonna go with you guys to somewhere, but when you guys said Twin Peaks, we're like, because we had the kids and stuff.
I could have went.
I know, but you know,
We had a big old table.
You know something? No, I would have went to Applebee's with you. You know something?
I do not like Applebee's.
I'm just telling you why I didn't go though. You know something? But I'm there for everything else. I'm there for fight. I'm there for weigh-ins. I'm there for here at the house when you got a sorry ass attitude and I gotta deal with you.
What? No.
So, any like kind of like closing thoughts about the fights?
So some closing thoughts I would have to say is at the end of every fight, I feel grateful. Yeah, I feel really grateful. I feel really.
I know you do. I feel like you get a euphoria feeling a little bit. Like
Yeah, you get
adrenaline.
dopamine, and it's just only the dopamine that you get from working so hard in training, the gym, everyday life, and to see things go your way. Whenever the spotlight's on you, I love being able to shine in those moments. Like whenever there is a spotlight on me, like put me in, coach, I got you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, so it's really cool to experience everything life has to offer when things go your way, according to how hard you work.
And that's a lot in the fight game.
That is the fight game.
Sometimes whether you win or lose is determined based on how hard you work, right?
In a way, yeah. A lot of the times, like, a lot of people get away with not working hard, but then their mental is just so right that they can skip the training in a weird way and be still really good fighters.
Well, they must know themselves really well.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, if I eat this, I'll be good. If I don't work out today, but I hit it tomorrow, I'll be good. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff where it's like you just know your body so well. You know what I mean?
So closing thoughts for the fight, I had a really good time. I executed a couple of things that I've been wanting to hit. Coach was proud, so it's always cool seeing Coach proud. Everybody was lit. that's my main goal is whenever I get in there to just let everybody have a great time. So getting out of the ring and looking at everybody's faces, eyes, emotions, smiles, like it was really like
You like giving that value to people.
yeah, it's just
Hey,
like
you paid to come here. Like, let me try to do whatever I could do to.
yeah. Let me help create a memory, a moment for you that you won't forget, and let me be attached to that memory. That's what I want.
It's cool because when they ever see you again, like any randoms in the audience, that they'll know. Oh, that's that guy again. Like
exactly.
Like whether they know who you are or know what you did, they're like, oh, but no, I remember he was pretty badass. Like
Like
you know
I,
what I mean?
I
Just
still get people in the audience randomly coming up to me. Hey, I remember watching you at this fight. Do you remember? And I'm like, oh yeah, like you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. No, but I do remember them. Like I remember everybody that comes up to me.
Oh yeah.
I may not remember them like right off rip, but then there's like, it takes like 1, 2, 3, boom. Oh, I remember you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Well, that's good.
It's just,
I don't remember people like that.
I do. Like I can remember names. No.
Bro, you know how stressed out and confused I'd be if I try to remember everybody? Like, oh man. I only got so much energy and that's going into editing the pod and stuff. Did someone?
Welcome to my life. No, I'm just,
Oh my gosh.
but yeah,
Well, looking forward to your next fight. Possible title fight in the future.
2 weeks from now.
Possible. I say that because a lot of fighters tend to not want to make weight for some reason. So, I mean, we'll see what happens.
That would be so not cool.
Imagine you gearing up for a title fight for a title and the dude doesn't make weight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. They better just give you that belt at that point. They're not.
It's like, do I really want to accept it at that point? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess I went there and did what I was supposed to do. So I mean, but I don't like hand-me-outs.
Oh, yeah, I get what you mean. Like handouts?
Yeah, I don't
You
like that.
giving, like,
It's like, come on.
I put in the work you didn't, and you're still going to get an opportunity to win this belt.
No, it's just
That
like,
kind of thing, or-
because what they would do, let's just say if that were to happen for the title fight, they would just belt me.
Oh, you're talking about a handout for you.
Yeah,
Oh, I get you. No, that's the fight game.
I know, but I want to scuffle a little bit. Like,
I get what you mean, but remember how you said the fight game is about the mental, the fight game is about the physical, how much work you put in? It's everything. So if the dude didn't even make first base in the metaphorical game of baseball, but we're talking about boxing or whatever, right? Or kickboxing?
right.
If the dude didn't even get to first base and he got struck out, sorry for you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I feel that, but I mean, at the end of the day, I like to swing.
I know you do. You like swinging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would. I mean, you'd still take it, but you definitely would want to go redeem it, kind of like
ASAP.
if somebody challenged you, you know what I mean? Like, let's say you took the belt on a handout because the dude didn't make weight or whatever, and then like 2 weeks later, someone challenges you for it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they stripped the current champion of the belt because they asked if they wanted me to fight them, and they
well,
said
he was
no.
scared. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna say scared or whatever, but at the end of the day, like he said no. and
Whatever.
I'm not
He's
gonna
got to
get-
work some overtime at his job right now, so good for him. He lost his belt. You know, something.
I'm not gonna say no to a fight. Like at the end of the day, at the end of the day,
Hey, yo, Zay, I want you and I want this belt.
come get
Let's
it. You
run.
know where it's at. You know what I mean?
That'd be cool. I would love to see someone call you out on social media. You know what I mean? Be like, yo, I'm so and so. I want that belt. What's good? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know, just some beef. That'd be cool to see you go through some sort of like fighting beef like
That'd be
that.
kinda cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
Nobody like. It's always cool. You know what I mean? So I have so much respect for everybody that's willing to get in the ring. So
Hey,
they-
remember how you
they
said?
always show me respect.
Remember how you say Canelo? You don't know whether it's real or not. Hey, we might have to orchestrate a little beef or something.
I'm dead.
Oh, dead. Yep, sell some tickets.
Oh, Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake beef.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of, I don't really want to jump too into it because we're kind of in the middle of them throwing shots
Right.
back and forth and back and forth. So we were waiting for Kendrick to drop for the longest time. He ended up dropping. I thought it was a mid diss. All right. Then, without warning, he drops another one. Okay, remember that was the one I
Right.
showed you upstairs on YouTube before I showed you the Drake one.
Right.
So he dropped 2 of them. Okay, Kendrick, whatever. You're still mid, in my opinion, right? All right, then we get the Drake response to it, and this is fast forward a week, I think, right?
Right.
Then we get the Drake response. The one that I'm talking about is the one where he has Kendrick's like Mad City van,
Oh yeah.
and it's being towed and then smashed and all this stuff. The song that he released with Kendrick's van or whatever is called Family Matters. Yo, this song was a song.
Drake knows how to sell.
We're
So if
talking
he's
ab-
gonna do a little something that's like in that lane, he's gonna make sure that it's pleasing to the ear.
He gets the prize, he wraps it up and puts a nice bow on it. Right? And so he drops this. This is sick. You know, I'm like, yo, this is a song. This sounds good.
It's like something I want to re-listen to.
There was like a beat change 3 times.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of what he said in there was in response to what Kendrick said. So I don't know if this was, if he had heard it already in a leak and then he was responding to it. But yeah, a lot of great, responses to the disses and stuff. And then without warning, Kendrick responds.
Right.
And everybody's like, oh, like what? Like,
Right,
this
right.
was Drake's turn, and out of nowhere, Kendrick responds, and he responds twice in the same night. So, and the second response is pretty good. I would say it's pretty good. It was the one where it was a more serious tone.
Right.
Can't remember the name. I ain't a Kendrick fan either, so it don't matter.
I can't think of the name. I can't think of the name. I mean, I'm a Kendrick fan, but
Fast forward a little bit more. He releases another one.
yeah.
Kendrick has already released 3 or 4 responses to Drake's response that he
Right.
made. So I was just trying to lay that out on the table, right? But what's your opinions on that? I just want
So honestly, I feel like they're playing with each other. I feel like this is low-key kind of lighthearted.
I know what you mean, because
You know
this
what I mean?
this is not like a Tupac Biggie beef. Like, it's not real beef. It's just talk.
Yeah, like it's, you know what I mean? At the end, like I'm not expecting nobody to get shot or not. Like no, nothing like that. Obviously not. But it's just you can tell when somebody really puts a little bit of more like oomph into it. You know what I mean?
Apparently,
I'm here for it.
Apparently, after the most recent Kendrick diss, he said something about that if Drake goes to the Bay Area, that might be his last time going to the Bay Area.
I'm dead.
I don't know. They're trying to make it like more.
They're not doing that.
You know what I mean?
They're not doing that.
I don't. My opinions.
Yo, that would be global news.
That'd be history.
Literally. Whoa.
But my opinion, I like songs by Kendrick, but as an artist, I don't like his voice. I don't know what it is.
You just can't vibe with
His
him.
tone of voice does not click with me. I just feel like he's always like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, baby, dude, I just can't vibe with it. You know what I mean? The way he rhymes too is not always the most flowy either. He'll kind of say a couple lines and then he'll jump to something else. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just not my type of
Yeah, no, I feel
music.
that.
Whatever. You know what I mean? I do like some of his music, but it's the more, obviously he's like more popular stuff. Right? Whatever. Say what you will about me, I don't care. Drake, on the other hand, y'all gotta stop shading Drake, because at the end of the day, dude can make music. I know he might not be the best writer, or he gets ghost writers, but at the end of the day, dude can make a song. You know what I'm saying? I'll give it Kendrick that. Kendrick's got the pen.
The
Drake
lyricist.
he could just put something together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's got the voice. Like, dude, I like when he sings. I like when he raps. I like when he changes up the raps a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the third part.
That just reminded me of the Kendrick, the song. I hate the way you walk. I hate the way you talk. Like,
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I'm
And so in the last Drake diss, The Family Matters.
Yeah.
The third beat change at the very end, he changed his tone of voice, and he said something about, Kendrick is back with the raps. Like I don't.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
That's not what it is. I'm
He
sure
did-
something
he-
else.
no,
But
yeah.
he changed his voice to where Kendrick back with the rap.
That shit was hard.
Like,
Yeah.
and dude, that he was like singing, rapping. Kind
There was
of
like 3 parts in that song, and I feel like the third part of that song was the hardest.
Yeah, it was. I definitely like that a lot. That third part. But yeah, my Drake is the GOAT. Drake is the GOAT, and like I was telling Zay on the phone the other day, like you're arguing about or you're beefing about this, right? But at the end of the day, the public opinion has already been made. Kendrick is where he's at.
Right.
Drake is where he's at for a reason. He's made it to his peaks. Kendrick has made it to his peaks. I'm not saying Kendrick didn't do anything. I'm just saying Drake has already made it way past that.
Let's put it this way. If you were to swap shoes with somebody's life, who would you swap shoes with? Kendrick or Drake?
Logic. I'm just
Logic.
kidding. If I had to choose one of them two, it's probably going to be Drake. Why would I want to be Kendrick? He wears a size 7. I don't even fit in that shoe.
weak. Yo, he is a little guy.
I don't even fit in that shoe. It's so, I probably don't fit in Drake shoes either. Is it? I'm like right in the middle somewhere.
I'm weak. I wear 11.
Yeah, I'm like 11,
11 and a half.
pushing 11 and a half, but then on some shoes I'm like a 10 and a half. I don't know.
So that.
Converse, I
So anywhere between 10 and a half, 11 and a half.
Mhm.
Converse, boy, you could be a 9. Now you can fit in his shoes.
yeah, Converse I wear a 10 and a half.
Yeah.
But if it's anything, if it's like a Nike shoe or something, usually I have to push 11 and a half.
Be stuck.
Like those pandas that you let me try. What size are those pandas?
I think those are 10.5.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, they were a little tight.
Yeah.
A little bit. Like,
Yeah, well, like when I first got them, I was like, oh dang, like they're on there.
Where you're like,
Yeah.
so that's my opinion. This is an ongoing beef, so we're just kind of giving you our thoughts as of now.
I think it's cool.
I guess I'm biased. I don't know.
I'm just here for it. Like,
I will say this. This is what I will say.
Hmm.
Kendrick got Drake to rap good again. And Drake got Kendrick to be consistent. A little bit.
I
So
feel like that's a
I don't
really
know
good
if I
word.
could give some sort of conclusion,
I feel like that was
to
a really
this beef.
good word.
but I feel like at the end of the day, this is just gonna better
Yeah.
both of them. Maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I agree. And I think it's really cool just to, at the end of the day, it would be cool to see Shaq or Kobe or
Shaq and Kobe?
no, it would be cool to see, let's just say like Kobe and LeBron going at it 1-on-1. You know what I mean?
Hard.
Kobe, LeBron, MJ going.
That
all
would be
out.
hard. That'd be so controversial.
You know
like
what I mean?
that.
Like exactly.
That would be
So
very controversial.
It's kind of like we're watching that, but in our rap era. You know what I mean? So it's just cool. It's just cool at the end of the day.
Yeah. I don't agree. I think Kendrick is a lesser NBA player, but that's just my opinion.
Well, he's a trailblazer. Like, and he was able. Whenever he was popping,
I feel like Kendrick is like a James Harden kind of like he's big, he's really big, but he's not in considered the GOAT conversation.
Well, I feel like
That's just me.
No, that's the cool thing about music, and that's the cool thing about movies and entertainment. Like at the end of the day, one person can think of this one thing is the most coolest thing of all time, while this person can be like, that's mid. And then this person can have the same exact idea about something, and that person can just have the same perspective they had with them, and be like, that's all right.
But when do numbers talk?
When you become undeniable.
So when do you talk about the facts?
When you become undeniable, that's whenever you can bring
Drake
the facts.
has already put the numbers down.
No, right.
They're on paper.
No, I
You
agree.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
Fight me. I
wanna
don't know
fight him,
why
you gotta fight
I
me.
get
Yeah.
hate for being a Drake fan. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't care.
I like quality. And point blank, period. I
Yeah.
like quality.
Me personally, I don't care what anybody thinks about what I like. I don't care. Like
Kendrick has to give me a diss song with replay value for me to really start being like, oh,
Kendrick
wait,
that man.
this guy might be in talks. You know what I'm saying?
It just, I feel like a sensory overload listening to that entire song for the first time.
Which one?
His response.
Kendrick's or Drake's?
Kendrick's.
Well,
It was
no.
just a lot.
It was just like,
Very compacted, and here you go. And it was like,
I get it though. I do.
no, I totally
He's
get
being
it.
a lyricist.
I get
and
it.
I get it. It's all about the lyrics. This
But
is a
nowadays,
rap.
it's not a real beef.
Is
So
this
now
a rap beef or is this who's the better artist beef?
This is a culture beef.
Okay, well Drake's winning.
Yeah. Yes.
Eh,
Drake.
All right, yeah, that's my controversial opinion. We're gonna get to breakfast. We're gonna get to looking at fight video,
Ooh.
doing a couple things. We gotta get work done because we're running a little bit behind schedule today. But
52.
with that being said, we're gonna see y'all next week. We just kind of got through a little bit of fight season in a way, to where there's like back to back to back fights. We still got another one coming up, but we're gonna try to see if we can squeeze a guest in here next week. Maybe.
There was just a lot of events going on. Let's just put it that way. In our
Birthday.
lives.
Oh yeah, birthdays. A lot of stuff
everything.
going on.
So
But
next
yeah,
pod,
so
yeah.
let's see if we can get a little guest next week.
Yeah, yeah.
If not, you're gonna get another good little talk by Bliss.
let's go.
Bliss and the boy.
Bliss and boy. That's up.
The boy from the six.
Upside down. This is 9 now.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.